Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host of the number one show at 7:30 on Facebook, at least on this page, because there's only one. My name is Anthony Goodson, alongside with my co-host, Adrian, the Ace Stinson. What's up, Ace?
What's up with it, Goodson? What's up, world?
And my main man downstairs, what's happening, Eric?
What's going on? I'm not doing all that right now, y'all.
He's not very good.
Oh, man.
He's not very good. You know what? I'm going to switch the two. All right. And then we have two very special guests. They've both been on here before. I'm very thankful to have these two pretty smiles, two really, really good friends of mine. I couldn't be more honored that y'all are on the show. Janique. No, wait. Ace, can you introduce Janique first?
This is Janika.
And we have Dr. Miss Angie Double B, because both last names start with a B. What's up, Angie?
What's up, y'all? What's up?
Right on. You've been on.
Give her a double B on her name. She probably
B squared.
B
There you
double.
go.
Just go ahead and eat you something, Eric. Just keep eating
Popcorn, bro. Get it in.
Don't worry about being live on the show. Hey, just keep on eating. We're gonna have fun tonight. We want to make sure that everybody joins in. Say whatever you need to say. Have fun tonight because we got a few fun topics. Ace.
Please share this page, everybody.
Well, they eating and drinking, Angie. I don't know what to say about it.
Hey, this is vital to my voice. When I have to express myself on the show, I don't want to give people a dry varnish.
I've been passed out with my popcorn, so we all in the same boat. So
Well, we have a doctor on the show. Is that a good idea?
There you go.
Well, all I know is she can help you if you choke him. She can't talk you through choking. You on your own. Y'all up on that computer.
Right? Right?
All right, y'all. Hey, look, we had a long time. We've been waiting on this for a very long time. Finally, we are here. Very serious situation. Let's just jump right on into this first. Oh shoot, I got the wrong one. Sorry. There's a lot going on my screen.
A lot of people were waiting, or wanting to hear updates. But to be honest with you, I just didn't want you to see me like that, man. I want you to see me laughing, having a good time, partying, cracking a joke, doing a movie, television show. I didn't want you to see me with tubes running out of me and trying to figure out if I was gonna make it through. I went to hell and back, and my road to recovery had some potholes as well. But I'm coming back, and I'm able to work. So I want to thank the people that let me work, and I just want to say that I love everybody, and I love all of the love that I got.
Jamie Foxx, what do y'all think? Is he back, y'all?
I think he lost weight from the eyes down. he look a lot smarter because that head on swole. I don't know what the hell kind of recovery process he had. They had him reading books to give.
I don't know, man. I think Jamie Foxx went through quite a bit. I didn't say what it was. We didn't see the back of his head, no scars. We have a doctor on. We didn't bring you on for being a doctor today, but an aneurysm. Must he have scars and a brain surgery and all that stuff if that was the case? Because that was a rumor that I was hearing.
Yeah, I'd heard he had a stroke, but I'm listening. It doesn't. I mean, he's a little delayed in his thought processes. You can tell that, but
man,
I can't figure out what it was. But tubes and I don't know.
It's kind of scary. You know what? I saw this new movie he got out right now. It came out on Netflix this weekend. Have y'all seen it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the one that you told me about.
They clone Tyrone. That's the one.
Clone Tyrone. Yeah. Great,
Anybody seen it?
Great movie.
Mm-mm.
Oh, yeah. What? Oh, hey, y'all got to go to Netflix tonight after the show. Check it out. It's funny and it's a good movie.
They clone Tyrone.
They clone Tyrone.
Oh, goodness.
I actually think to me it's a mixture of Undercover Brother, Black Dynamite, and Get Out.
Oh Lord.
Right.
Oh Lord. That sounds confusing.
I'll support it.
But it's a mix up. You stir it all up.
Wow.
I'll support.
But
I don't
him
know.
being back,
I think they did a really good job of kind of hiding what's going on with Jamie Foxx, and I'm like you, Angie. He seemed like he's back, but he seemed a little delayed. He seemed a little slow. I can't see him doing a movie in the next year, maybe even, or in TV shows or anything, because I don't think that his response. Jamie Foxx is known for quick responses, his humor and all that stuff, and I can't see that being there just yet. So I believe he'll be giving us little tidbits like this every once in a while, but a full Jamie Foxx I can't see coming back for at least a year.
well, I don't think he's going into porn or nothing like that. He's just gonna come back to the what you said? You said tidbits.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Jeez.
I'm sorry.
I think that we can learn one thing from this whole Jamie Foxx situation is that everybody needs a support system like Jamie Foxx, because they said nothing. We know nothing. Yeah. We will probably never know what happened. I mean, it was so tight-lipped that you couldn't do anything but speculate as to what was going on with him. So we can all learn that. Like he obviously keeps his circle very small for a reason. We don't know if he was really sick or if he had to go off to an island for a little bit. He was running from something, but whatever it may be, we'll never know.
Hey, let's go to the comments. Helen said that part. They minded the business. They paid it. I like that.
Oh yeah.
Hello guys, it's Cutie. It must be my daddy.
Yeah,
my daddy is Cutie Pie. Anyway, Eric.
No, I think that's dead on what Janique just said. But I think the one part that I like to talk about is the speculation. When you are quiet, people have a tendency to make a lot of assumptions. And you brought the whole movie about who cloned Tyrone, whatever title of the movie, which I will go watch eventually. But a lot of people thought he might be cloned as well. And I would say, me personally, I don't think he was. And kind of go back to what something that Angie said was that his speech was delayed. I definitely saw that in his responses too. His responses were not necessarily his speech, but I think part of that too was he's being careful about what he says. So I don't know exactly what he would be doing in the next 2 weeks to a month or 3 months to 6 months, but I'm curious to see how that progresses. And ultimately, all we want to do is make sure and be praying that he continues to get better and better, right?
Absolutely.
So that's the main thing. We can make assumptions, we can do all this and that. But
absolutely.
Ultimately, I just want to make sure. I want to make sure we all want to make sure that Jamie does well. And anybody, we all should be supporting each other. But when we don't know stuff, we do make assumptions. It's just human nature.
You know what they say about assuming, make an ass out of me and you. So that's what a lot of people did. Just I think the situation with especially the quietness that his circle did was amazing to me, because in today's era of this social media and I want it now, this information, it killed it. It ate everybody up to not know. They had to know, and they didn't get nothing. And I think this was a good lesson for them.
You know, I think that it's interesting. Like, we have Jamie Foxx. It appears that he's doing much better. I'm excited about that. But if y'all go back about 3 years or so, we had another individual who was all skinny, and this individual he was about to do another movie role, and everybody talking bad about him. And he looked this, and he looked that, and then he died.
They called that man the Crack Panther. I ain't never been so mad to laugh in my life. That hurt me on the inside.
Yeah. And so now
that was a hurtful one.
Yeah. Angie, you were saying something?
No, I'm gonna be mad at Ace. Don't be talking about the Black Panther now.
I'm saying that's what they called. They called him. Somebody said he looks like the Crack Panther, and I was mad because it caught me off guard, so I chuckled. But I was mad because I chuckled. I was like, "Come on, man."
I'm not buying it. I think you laughed.
No, I did.
Let's take a vote. Who all think Ace laughed and there was he was mad? He just laughed.
You wrong.
I think it been both ends.
Any chuckle at all is guilty.
I thought that was so messed up. I was like, "Are y'all serious?" But no. But yeah, Jamie Foxx, whatever face weight loss he was on, worked. So like I said, from the eyes down, that boy's a bohemian.
Yeah, but y'all know TMZ knows everything. Well, I think money had a lot to do with it too. But if TMZ didn't tell us, I gave up trying to figure it out because they know everything.
Yeah.
When they didn't really report on it, I said, yeah, ain't nobody find it out.
We about 6 months from having our correspondent in the field, and then we'll be able to have information like that on hand. So y'all stay tuned. Stay tuned.
The grass spreads wide though, far wider than any tree. It's not one is any better than the other in some cases.
Well, you got to think that grass, those are all individual. They spread wide, but it's just a lot of them.
Not if you got St. Augustine.
Well, they probably crabgrass in the barrel.
Let's read the comment. Who is this joker in the hat? All right, thank you for watching that little video for us. Hey, look here, we got a new country song out. I don't know if y'all heard this country song. I don't listen to country. Angie, I saw your face. Me and you are both from the country, and Eric, and apparently you don't listen to it either. But it's called "Try That in a Small Town." Have y'all seen this?
Yeah,
I know. Janique has. So it's a song called "Try That in a Small Town," and apparently I listened to it, but I wasn't listening to it to find out what he was talking about. I was listening more to find the racist part in the song. And apparently he was talking about, some people think he was talking about lynching and all that. I didn't hear that part. He did say a lot of stuff like try that, rioting stuff in a small town, and he was alluding to some of the stuff that quote unquote black people do. However, I didn't see that in the song when I heard it. But what do y'all think? I'm sure y'all been seeing memes on Facebook and all that stuff. As part of one of my questions, this is the Jason Aldean segment. However, why is it that black people are so sensitive about everything?
Sensitive? I can't even say what I want to say.
Have you heard the song?
Yeah, I heard the song.
I think that what happens is when you are, Jason Aldean is a really big country artist, okay? I think when you have this type of platform, when you're able to just reach millions and millions of individuals, and all you have to do is say one thing or sing one song, I think regardless of your personal opinion, I think you have to watch how you approach things. And I think what he did was, I truly don't feel as though the lyrics in the song shout that he has certain beliefs. But what happened was the initial video to the song, in the background, there were like Black Lives Matter riders. There were some other things going on. And so CMT and other, stations, they pulled the video because they felt as though they did not want to be, they didn't want to be labeled as the TV station that kept letting this video air, because clearly he does feel a certain type of way. But those are certain things that he should have said as an artist. Okay, we can't put this in the video because this is not going to go down right. We can speak to Miranda Lambert when she scolded the people on the front row of her concert for taking selfies. Well, those people paid like $1,500 for those tickets. Let them take a selfie, okay, and move on with your song. So I think that when you have a huge platform and you're an artist, you have to be careful about the way you personally feel. You have to put that stuff to the side, or else things like this will happen.
So let's look at some numbers real quick. Just a couple things here. The biggest hit of Jason Aldean's career is this new song, Try That in a Small Town. Also, it has gone to number 2 to the pop charts. So it was not even really listened to, and then all of a sudden when it became a racist thing and a meme on Facebook, it shot from wherever it was up to number 2. Very interesting to me. So that is the one thing that makes me think, maybe there's something up to it. Maybe those Trump lovers really love
supporting it. They support the whole song. Was a subliminal thing. It's like, I can't say what I want to say, but you get the message. He knew exactly what he was saying. He knew exactly what he was doing.
He said, in the past 24 hours, I have been accused of releasing a pro-lynching song that was released in May and was the subject to the comparison that I was not too pleased with the nationwide BLM protests. So you're right on point right there, Janine. These references are not only meritless, but dangerous. There is not a single lyric in the song, which I guess that's where he got me, because now I'm looking for the lyrics that references race or points to it. And there isn't a single video clip that isn't real news footage. Okay, well, and so much more. You can check that out on his Twitter.
Yeah. So when he performed this song, I want them to do a pan over the audience.
Well,
And
you know, the video also, and not only did it reference, you know, before they pulled it, the whole Black Lives Matter movement, but it also referenced in that particular town where he did the video, it referenced a situation where there was a Black man that was lynched on the steps of the courthouse, and that was in there as well. So what you can't do is you can't say that my lyrics don't say this, but then allow these things to be in your video. So, I mean, it just doesn't make sense. So I think that I think he messed up. I mean, did he mess up with the majority of the people who are his listeners? Probably not.
Right.
Oh,
But did he mess up with, you know, other, you know, avenues? I mean, because Black people listen to country music. I listen to country music. I mean, people of all races listen to country music. So, you know, I think that we just have to be more careful. I mean, we all have our personal views, but not all of them should be said out loud or acted out loud.
do you listen purposely, or is it like ain't
I
nothing else
purposely
on and
listen.
you don't want to turn it?
I purposely listen to country music, rock, R&B. I mean, I like it all. I mean, that's how I grew up. My parents.
I'm just making sure.
I purposely listen to it. I do.
Hey,
Two things though.
Oh yes, I do.
Something with Anthony said earlier about Black people too sensitive. I'm gonna start there first. I think Black people are too sensitive. I've said this many times before. Like, I think that we take on everything as racism sometimes. Too often that you don't have time to do other stuff. Like, I like the way Janique put her stuff. She addressed it and she can't even move on with her life. But a lot of Black people can't just address it and move on. We address it and we address it and we address it. Nothing really changes. But I think we have to figure out how to address it and keep it moving, because nothing changes. If you, that's like me getting mad at my son again. I used to teach my kids a lot of time. If he's going to make the same mistake or he keep jumping off the bed and bumping his head, nothing changes. But I get mad about it. That still don't change it. Like, why continue to get upset about using your energy that way? So, and also too, the second part I was going to point out is the fact that when you bring it up and put in the meme and Black people start watching it, now we're giving him more shine on top of everything else. Like, a lot of Black people do listen to country music. A lot of people do not listen to country music. But the ones that don't, now it's on a meme now, they're gonna watch it over and over again. And again, it's kind of repeating that cycle. I'm gonna get mad every time I listen to it. I'm gonna get mad every time I'm listening to it. What are you gonna do about it though? If you don't do anything
He let you know, and that's how he feel, And, you know what?
In case you didn't know, Eric, you paused for a minute.
Oh,
All right, let's go to the comments real quick. Anthony Mason says, exactly, my main man, Anthony Mason. Janique's main man, Anthony Mason. My number one Anthony in her life. I'm not sure who this is. Let me go and try to find out real quick. But they do say, pardon?
I agree with this statement.
Because of our ancestors endured so much persecution that it was embedded in our DNA to be offended by something someone else says within reason, however. Okay, that was Anthony Mason as well. You know, and I agree. I do wonder though, like, how long does it go on before? Because like, we can make a rap song and it has all kind of innuendos in that rap song, and we feel like nobody should say anything. Or if they, obviously the N-word should be off limits, but if Black jokes are thrown out on stage from a comedian, we get offended very quickly. So don't get me wrong. I think we should keep it kind of wrangled in a little bit, simply because if we let it get too far, we don't have any power and we know what's going to happen. So for that reason, I think that we need to keep it in. But I think we're offended by the absolute wrong thing. Let's go to the comments again. You all giving that rascal a place tonight. Well, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. So let me say this. I personally think it's progress. I know that's different and weird, but to me, how many times have you guys known of white people to come out and hide what they're saying? At least they're doing that now. Usually they come out and just say it. Now they're hiding their songs. He defending it like it's not me. That's really progress, because you already know they're gonna start pulling your stuff when you start talking about Black people or whatever. We don't even get that. So
I agree. I think one of the main issues, though, Angie, I agree with you, but I also think that as you know, as Black people, I think we tend to dwell on these things because, I mean, I'll just come out and say it. If we make a song that let's just say we make a song that says try it in the hood, okay?
Yeah.
And there's certain things that we're saying and things of that sort. We just cannot. It's an entire problem. We can't. So I think the reason why we dwell on things like this is because it upsets us to know that there are things that other people will forever be able to get away with expressing that we never will be able to.
But you know what's interesting about that? In the history of America, if we don't subscribe to it, it has no success.
Mm-hmm.
We don't listen to music. Now, country music has a little success. Of course, pop music does, but everything else doesn't. So that Tried in a Small Town would have never had success
Mm-hmm.
had we not subscribed to it, had we not shared the memes, had we not did all this. You know why I listened to it? Because I saw somebody else on my page share the meme, probably 4 or 5 different people, and I had to go see what it was. I was trying to be clever and go to somebody else's YouTube channel so I wouldn't have to give him any, views or listens. But I did. I went and listened to it nevertheless. And so now here I am. I'm giving it to him. So I think that, we got to be very careful and mindful of some of the things that we do because we are the consumers that they're targeting. We really are, especially in this world that we see. So anyway, shout out to Mama Nelson Peterson.
In light of your success with your new documentary out, I see you plugging right there because of you. Does that song kind of reflect Sulphur Springs in a sense at a point in time?
You know what though? The thing is, the mindset of a small town person and the mindset of a large town city person is not the same, right? Something happens in Sulphur Springs, we go to the city council, we go up the chain of command in the way that it's supposed to. We're not thinking about tearing up any kind of building. That's just not that's not our mentality. So no, it does. Yes, it does reflect what he's saying, I guess, because I'm thinking the same thing he thinks. It didn't feel racist to me because some of the stuff that I see, I always thought in the Watts, not Watts, but after what's his name? Rodney King. After Rodney King and that whole riot situation,
He tried that in a small town. You saw what
I was in high school and I thought, my God, why they keep turning up their hometown? So all that stuff was stupid to me. So when he says all this stuff, he's just really kind of saying what I was thinking. So that's why I
that's a whole other subject. I won't get onto that. I get it.
I add too though, we should be mindful going to small towns. Cause I know there are a lot of racism, a lot of racists in small towns. I won't Anthony bust me out about where I live at all the time, but it's areas around where I live at, not the exact city I live in, but you little small pockets outside of here. Yeah, you better watch where you go. So you need to be mindful of small towns. You need to be mindful of different things that's happening around you still. But just
it's funny you say that, Eric, because maybe that's the reason why I have the mentality that I have. Maybe I'm in check. Maybe the small town has checked me, and I got a certain.
You know not to try that in your small town.
Whereas you from Pleasant Grove, try that over here if you want to. So, all right, let's lighten it up a little bit. We through with talking about black people. So all those who left the page.
Wait. We weren't talking about black people. We were talking about the crazy white dude.
It ended up being on black people.
Since we were talking about black country singers, do y'all know a she's African American young lady named Mickey Guyton? She has a song called Black Like Me. Y'all need to listen to it. Since y'all download this stuff, listen to her stuff.
She country.
Definitely know that song.
Yes.
What's her name?
Mickey Guyton.
Black Like Me.
She got a song called Black Like Me. There's a book called Black Like Me. I own it. It's up here somewhere. And it's about a white man who, I forget where he's from, California somewhere, but he takes this pill. The FBI gives it to him, I believe. And there's a movie out also. He takes this pill and he goes through the South living like a black man. He's a white guy, bald-headed, but he goes through the South living like a black man. And he said it was the most terrifying. He said black people made him feel real warm, and it was a different kind of culture, so he didn't understand a lot of stuff. But when white people came around, he was always terrified. They would say certain things to him, and he was dignified. He wore suits and all this stuff, but it didn't even matter. Black Like Me, that's the book. So, but it's written by white man. I don't know. He did.
That sounds like the Matrix .5. He took a pill and just
took a pill.
Yeah, he did. He literally took a pill. All right, moving right along, y'all. I want to kind of lighten up the load a little bit. So I've been thinking a lot lately. I've always said this. Eric knows it. I've always said, Angie, Janique, that I'm not going to say the number one. I'm just going to say number two. But when the world ends, there's going to be one of two things that ends this world. One of those things being either the one thing I'm not going to say or technology. Technology, I believe, is one of the things that will possibly end this world. However, there are some good technology. One of them being, I was driving the other day and I didn't know where I was going, and I had to use my GPS. I think that's the most wonderful thing that they have ever invented. Tell me, what do y'all think?
Yeah.
About the GPS or technology?
Technology in general.
I think technology is going to take everybody out the game. I mean, I think that I really do. I think that one day something is going to completely shut down. Technology is going to get ahead of everything else. And I think that will be the one that not necessarily, I'm not saying it's going to kill it. I just think that it's going to get so far ahead one day, something's going to shut down and nothing's going to be able to operate properly. I mean, think about this. COVID back in 2020, 2021, COVID was a sickness. It was an illness and it shut the world down. So think about what's going to happen when it comes to a computer system that is programmed to be smarter than the average human.
Well, we've been talking about a lot of AI on this show. And so that might, how are we going to know? And cloning, I think we mentioned that a moment ago. How are we going to know what's real and what's not real? And that's all due to technology.
We don't know now.
Humans. I think we're gonna have to tighten up with it because it's good and bad. Of course, technology is the gift and the curse. I was intrigued. I think it was last week, before last. They did a remix to 50 Cent song "Mini Man," and they put a verse on there. Biggie got a verse and Pac got a verse, and we know they was dead 10 years before that song came out. Whatever. But I was like, man, that's dangerous, because the computer was so smart that it knew how their flow was. So the Biggie verse is actually like, that's something Biggie would say, or that's something Pac would say, right? And I was like, man, they taking too fast. Then I just watched the interview yesterday with Benny Siegel, whose voice got messed up and things like that. And he was like, I love AI because now I'm going to be able to make music and still have that voice that everybody loves. And I was like, wow, it's the catch-22 either way we look at it.
Anthony Mason says, but technology is needed due to the fact that no one wants to work hard or do hard work. Everyone wants the easy way. And then he says, technology will be the reason some diseases will have a possible cure. I agree with that. I think it might be the reason why we have some possible new diseases also. Quan Johnson, he says he's a big supporter of our show. He shares a lot of our pages and all that. Appreciate it, Quan. Quan says, we've come a long way from pulling over the car and looking at folded up new road map. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. What do y'all think about this, though? I saw they have like the first fully automated McDonald's where there's zero human on the only thing the humans do is load the food and bring all the food in. And this McDonald's, it literally works completely.
It's trash. It's trash. I went to one of those in Memphis, Tennessee, and it was trash.
You went to the computer center? Tell us about this.
It was in Memphis, Tennessee, and it was really, really weird. I walked into this McDonald's, and there was only one person in there working, and there were about 3 kiosks. And you walk in, and I walked in, and I was placing my order. The problem is, it may be convenient as far as cutting down on the amount of people that you need to hire in order to run a business, but it wasn't very efficient because it took much longer for everybody to stand at the kiosk and start going, oh no, never mind, no, I need to go back and do this, no, I didn't do that right. And then your food comes out quicker, but the delay is the kiosk that you're ordering your food from. Because when I was in line, I know I took probably about 10 minutes, whereas if I had normally pulled up to a drive-thru, it would have taken me a minute max to order what I needed. And then there were like 5 people behind me. There were 5 people at the other kiosk. And then, I came out 45 minutes later. My husband was like, what were you doing in there? I was like, ordering food.
That sounds like human error. That sounds like human error,
Right.
though.
I was gonna ask you, is it the
No,
kiosk?
that's the problem.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all are, you've been eating the McDonald's your whole life. You know what you want. Get in there and order what you want. You know?
Well, hey, look, we got a sixth person in here who wants to get in. Anthony, he was there, obviously. He said that was because the employees too busy on their phone and attitudes are real stank. I love when people use stank in public. Customer service nowadays are really low, in my opinion.
When they put the A on there, they mean business. When they put the R on there, they say customer service they stank.
See, I definitely agree with Ace too. Like it's a double-edged sword, right? It's you kind of catch 22 either way, right? So I think somebody says my technology make people lazy because people don't work. I think technology makes people lazy. It has made people lazy over the years. So you got the good side, you got the bad side. It makes your job easier, but it also can eliminate jobs. It makes you not want to work as hard because you got chat GPT now to look up stuff. You got the internet to look up research stuff that's going to instead of going to encyclopedia now. So it has definitely made it convenient, which has made us lazy. So we created this ourselves by being a consumer of it. We made it convenient for ourselves. We made it very, I guess, a custom of our tradition that we do now is internet and technology now. So it's like I agree with Ace 100%. Like it's double edged for sure.
Well, you know what interestingly enough, we got on food, and that's what we're going to talk about when we come back. But first, about technology. It's funny. I was working for a company one time, and I had to call a car dealership. When I called the car dealership, I talked to a person who opened the phone, and I said, "Hey, can you give me the service department or whatever?" And the person was like, "Okay, sure." And she did something and hung me up. Called back, got another person. Same thing. She sent me to somebody, wrong person, sent me to somebody else, wrong person, whatever. Third time I called, it was computer generated. Press 1. I pressed 1 and got right what I needed. So I say you better watch out because those computers are a little bit more efficient than we are. When we come back, we're going to talk about food. Where do you eat what? I think I played the wrong video again, y'all.
Yeah, I thought you wanted to
Human error.
Upload your Ace Power Wash. Sorry about that.
That's quite all right.
Hey, Ace Power Wash. If you want your yard power wash, please call 469.
Please don't judge me off of this commercial. I'll tell you that.
Most blacks didn't really want to go. It was terrifying.
We just did what we were told to do.
The schools are still backwards.
Oh, I love that. You feel safe. When I got home, I told Mama, I said, I'm not taking this no more.
He stuck his lips way out. He was serious about that. No more.
You gonna get in trouble.
Man, he still felt that. You know, he can still
You gonna get in trouble.
All right, y'all. Hey, we were talking about food and McDonald's a moment ago. So me and Ace, I believe, were talking last week about different foods. You know, it's funny. The fancier or the more expensive you pay, you would think that the food would be better, right? So if I were to get French fries, I think I would get my French fries only at like McDonald's or some fast food restaurant. They're the best. McDonald's. I'm trying to think of some other one. Wingstop, if you consider that fast food.
Whataburger has good fries too.
Whataburger has good fries, but I'm glad you said Whataburger because see, if I'm going to get a hamburger, I would prefer not to get my hamburger at a fast food restaurant, which is where they specialize. I prefer to go to a more expensive place, a place where they ask you how do you want your meat done. Tell me. Where do you eat your food? I guess y'all can tell me what your favorite restaurant is or whatever the case may be, but where do you eat what?
Well, I'm just a simple guy. I think Luby's is the best restaurant on planet Earth.
Oh, no.
Point blank. I mean, that's me. Like, if you can plan all this other stuff for me, but if you really just want 100% satisfy me, I want to go to Luby's.
Nelsha Peterson said definitely not McDonald's. She don't like McDonald's, huh? Leave my husband alone, Anthony. Oh, sorry, Mom. he didn't stick his lips out too far. I'm just joking. McDonald's is the last option. Texas Roadhouse is the way to go. All right.
I agree.
Are you a Texas Roadhouse person?
I am.
Duly noted.
I don't know. It depends, I'm not really picky. My biggest thing is I'm not gonna wait no line. So I can have the best food right here and things like that, and they got a line, or I can have McDonald's stuff with 3 people over there. I'm eating McDonald's. I'm not waiting.
Well, Janique, I would like to hear your opinion on this because we eat out a lot, Janique and myself. Every time we have different meetings with different people, or sometimes she and I, whatever, and she always picks the coolest restaurant. I didn't even know Dallas had this many restaurants. Janique always knows these. I don't know if you're Googling it or what.
No, and that's what I was gonna say too. I mean, and maybe this sounds pretty terrible, but my Anthony and I, we like to eat well. Okay, so we're gonna go out to eat. We like to eat really, really good. But if the kids are with us, we're going to a chain restaurant, Chili's, Applebee's, something like that, But and that's just because kids, we have young children, so they don't understand, what's considered finer cuisine. But I could throw a lot out there. But I mean, because we kind of are restaurant connoisseurs, you work hard all week long. You put up with a bunch of stuff, and we just feel like, when we go out to eat, we should eat well, fruits of your labor. So, and no, it's really not Googling. So there is a lot of places that I've just been to, but then there's this app called Open Table. I'm pretty sure everybody knows about it by now. And it's really, really helpful. You get on there and it gives you all the latest and the greatest and the swankiest restaurants in the city, and you can make reservations right on it and jump the line when it's time to go.
Well, I can't say. Oh, go ahead.
If y'all are ever traveling through a small town, try to find a steakhouse in a small town.
Don't try that in a small town. He told you that. He told you that on the phone. Don't try to get no steakhouse.
If it's not a sundowner, or even if it is, check for spit, of course. But go to a steakhouse in a small town. Black people, if you go to the hood, don't go to a steakhouse. Y'all challenge me on that? Is there a black, like we got our specialties, but steak is not a place I've ever gone to in the hood where I'm like, well, they make a good steak.
Right. You know a steakhouse in the hood.
Maybe that's why.
We got
barbecue. I think you'll be good. I think you're right about the steakhouse in a small town thing. As long as you walk in and there's no jukebox playing. I think it's safe to move forward with your meal in a small town steakhouse. So I can agree with it.
You don't want to walk in that small town. As soon as you walk in there, the jukebox stops.
Right.
Anthony Mason says Del Frisco Uptown, Capitol Grill if you're feeling bougie.
Oh yeah. You know what? Steakhouse though, I love. I think Ocean Prime. They just got the taste that I look for. They Ocean Prime.
Ocean Prime is good.
Big time.
The best pork chop you'll ever have is at Perry's Steakhouse.
$13.
It's like butter
on Fridays.
That one pork chop gonna set you back about, I don't know, maybe $50, but it literally is the best pork chop I have ever had in my life. I'm telling you, it's worth every single.
My wife likes them.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you what, all you in and out people need to get out of Texas.
Oh yeah,
In and Out is gross. Ugh. Especially their fries.
Now, it's a couple other places that's overhyped, but seeing the position we in with sponsorship, I won't name them. But I just want some. I can't name a name, but some of y'all got the hype name just from the culture, and you whack.
All right, let me. We got 5 intelligent, educated, 4 good-looking black people on here. I'm not gonna say who ain't. Most of the women are beautiful, by the way. But steaks. I eat my steaks. I'm a black person. We typically try to go well done. I am a medium rare, and I got this comment up on the screen on purpose. I am a medium person. How do y'all eat y'all steaks?
Well, first of all, we not vampires like you. But
I say rare or raw.
You said medium rare.
Rare.
Medium, just no medium. I said rare, but I meant medium. Yeah.
I like medium well.
Yeah, that's me, medium well.
I'm a well done kind of girl. I don't want to see a piece of pink, and I need it to be very well seasoned and very well done, and throw some butter and garlic sauce on top of it.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, see, so these are the levels.
She just knocked my whole.
So well done. Well done makes you what? Medium well makes you you a black ass, but you ain't a. Then own up. But one of my partners, man, I ain't gonna call his name out, Courtney, but Courtney States be so. I'm like, no. I'm like, what's wrong with you?
How does he eat
it? I mean, like pink, like it's almost like
it's still alive.
Like there's a great restaurant in Roy City, where I forgot the name of it, but it's like a cowboy restaurant and everything. I remember they made me take my beanie hat off, but everybody else had their cowboy hat. But you cook your own steak. They bring you these big, nice salads, and they
you talking about Southern Junction?
Southern Junction. I love man.
I love trying to go in there with a beanie on. Try that in that small town.
Yeah, I couldn't try that in that small town. They cut that off. I walked the door. They were like, they sit back like, But you cook your own steak, and people in there are serious. I mean, you know, like people got like I guess what you call gun belts, but it's all seasoning. So they don't feel like they in the old West cookout. They like putting out their seasoning, but you cooking your own steaks. Mm-hmm. Courtney finished so fast. I was like, man, what is he doing different than steak? I'm up there for the long haul. I'm up there talking to other people, flipping mine over. How you doing? And I realized, I was like, wow, people actually eat their steaks like that.
If you want flavor.
Oh my goodness.
Now, Janique said well done, well flavored, well seasoned. But if you want flavor, I made a steak for my daddy. That's what that was up there for. And it was medium. And I was sweating, and you got to have him to tell the story. I sweat a little bit for a medium, but it was so good to me. But he didn't like it because it was pink. Anyway, go to the comment. It says, depending on the place, medium/medium well. I'll do medium rare before I do medium well.
Medium rare?
You just got. I remember this old white guy. He probably like 90 now, but I was in college, and he said, "Man, you're supposed to bite into it, and the blood is supposed to just drizzle down you."
No, thank you.
That means so many different things to me that I can't even discuss.
Yeah, no, thank
you. Maybe y'all a little anemic or something.
So tell me this, as a medical professional, do you what do you think about people eating their steaks like that, like blood and stuff?
Well, technically, we're not supposed to have it at all because protein like that, it's hard for the body to break down. I know I'm not gonna get too deep, but once you eat it and your gut and everything break it down, it turns into a big amino acid that goes back up through the artery that goes through the heart, and that's why you have all that cholesterol and heart blockages.
Come on,
I had my last steak. That's it to me. She ruined it, folks.
But that's why they take it away from red meats, because it's harder for the body to process.
Okay.
Well,
but I guess
I go back to them McDonald's French fries.
Chicken.
But hey, so we talking about this, but one of my favorite catfish. How do y'all can y'all tell the difference between catfish and is it swai or sway?
I ain't heard of it.
Y'all don't have any idea what I'm talking about, so y'all can't tell the difference. So they've been they got caught now, so now you have to ask. So if you notice now, when you go to these catfish places and stuff, it'll be signs on the door say we use real catfish, or it'll say it'll say no sway. It's a fish, and I forgot if it's pronounced swai or sway, but somebody in the comments let me know. But it mimics catfish. It's a cheaper version. So if you're not paying attention, I can give you this cheaper version and give it to you as catfish, and you never know. But it's the texture is a little different as far as it breaking apart and stuff like that. And you really would never know unless you just sat there and thought about it. But they people found out that they were saving money by feeding us that instead of real catfish.
Let's find out if it's swai or sway. Here we go. Speaking of fish, maybe we won't find out. Did y'all know tilapia is not real? It's made in a lab. Y'all heard that many times.
And that's why I don't like it. And you know what they feed it the whole time?
Oh gosh.
Nelson Peterson.
They feed it.
No, she said the comment. That's not what they feed it.
They feed it feces the whole time. It feeds off the feces.
Well, that's no different. That's no different than catfish. Either way it goes. I mean, catfish is a bottom feeder fish. It eats everything.
Bottom feeder don't mean it's feces. Bottom feeder means
that's the pig of the sea.
Yeah,
all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the pig of the sea. But y'all know what the roach of the sea is, right? And shrimp y'all eating.
Oh God,
lobster too.
I don't eat that.
Ain't none of that either.
I don't eat that either. All right, look, moving right along, y'all. We've had a pretty good show. We got about 15 minutes left. I'm gonna let Ace take over this part right here. Black people, what is wrong? We got, as Dave Chappelle called him, "Oh Juicy Smollett," and Carly B. I don't know Carly's last name. I just threw that in there. Ace, tell us the story. What's going on with this Carly chick?
She crazy. It's a disgrace.
For those who don't know the story,
she decided she wanted some attention. Ladies, y'all up on the story, right? I know ladies be up on it.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted some attention. She was on the phone with somebody in her family, something like that, saying she saw a baby on the side of the highway and she's stopping to help the baby. She screams on the phone like she left her car. They found her car. Then they even found a wig on the ground to insinuate like she was fighting. And she disappeared for a few days, and then she just appeared.
I knew something wasn't right when they said they found a wig on the ground because, see, black women, we pay way too much money for these wigs. to just be okay with it, with leaving it on the ground to stage something. I knew something right when they said they found the wig on the ground.
Look here, Mr. Kidnapper. You're gonna have to at least let me get that wig. They cost $120.
You know what though?
They only sell those in New York.
It didn't sit right because, for one, it's like you were the only person that saw this baby. You were the only person that stopped for this baby. That's when I was like, man, I feel sorry for my fellow D9 sisters, the AKA ladies, because I watched the AKAs go into action when this girl came up missing. They was like, "This our sister. She missing y'all. Let's do it." And every AKA I know on my timeline, on Facebook, social media, all them AKA, they banded together and they made sure that this was out and her face was everywhere and we need to find her. And all this hard work and everybody got behind her and she crying wolf.
Yeah.
It used to be a time when we could watch the news and we knew that it was not us. Or if we said it, it must be true. Like Jussie Smollett. And this girl, it used to be a time where this was not a problem. We knew serial killers was not us. Mm-hmm. They say somebody killed so-and-so people and they ate the bodies. We knew that wasn't us. We didn't have to sweat it. But a situation like this is becoming very unlike us. Well, what's happening?
I think it just goes to prove that mental health is real. It's real. It needs to be addressed. You couldn't possibly have pulled a stunt like this, even with the Jussie Smollett situation, a few years ago. You just can't pull stunts like this and be okay mentally, Well,
she's worse than him. She's worse than him. He had at least a motive. He was trying to get paid. Now, he went about it stupidly, but he was trying to get paid. She just was looking for attention. Like just somebody see me.
Me personally, I don't understand why she made the phone call to 911. That's what her mistake was as far as legalities go. But why would you make a phone call to 911 about the kid? I don't get that part. That was just dumb. That ain't mental. That's
she was going all the way with it. She was staying in character. She went all the way with that. I mean, I don't fully know the story because it just don't make sense to me. So when I read it, I don't understand, the direction that she was going. But I'm like you, that call to 911 just incriminates her, and she knows it. Like, police are gonna do their research. Yeah. So eventually you're gonna get caught.
Did y'all see that they raised $69,000 on the GoFundMe, and none of that is gonna be refunded to the people?
Oh, it's not.
So she made.
Well, where did it go? Where did it go?
She made $69,000.
Oh.
Wow. She made $69,000 by being
Yeah, I almost act like somebody was in here kidnapping me.
Don't worry, she gonna have to pay that money for the legal fees because she in trouble.
She gonna need all that.
Now, I'm gonna tell you the sad part, and when we talk about the black community and stuff like that, and this is it's one of them sad parts. So I'm watching the interview with her, and her, I mean not her, and her, but with her parents, right? And they're asking the parents, like, so was she fighting for her life, stuff like that? Her dad was quiet. Her dad was just like, man, I love my daughter, but damn. Her mom was in the camera like, she fought for her life. I know there was an abduction. Her mom was just like, my baby wasn't lying. And I'm sitting there like, ma'am, you're the only person in America that think your baby is not lying. But she stuck by it to the end, instead of just being silent and stuff. So now I think her and her mama crazy.
Yeah. But mamas usually know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She know that girl lying.
I think she definitely knew. I think the family kind of figured out what was going on before America did. I mean, because on top of that, somebody is kidnapped or taken, snatched, and then they show up, they ring the doorbell. So they come home. They come home. The kidnapper dropped her off in her neighborhood, and I mean that would be very nice, but we know unfortunately it never turns out like that.
She probably didn't even have no dirt stain on her clothes and nothing. She came either like. And
then she said the man had orange hair. I mean, she's.
He fed her cheese crackers.
Yeah.
The Joker done picked her up and fed her cheese crackers.
Mm-hmm. It's an unfortunate situation.
So have y'all heard this story? There's a man on death row, right? And this individual, he was about to be killed in the next couple of days. I don't know what state this was in, but he was about to be killed in the next couple of days. And so what he decided to do while on death row, he had a roommate. Apparently he must have been on death row also. He kills his roommate. Okay. So now he has to go back to court. So instead of him getting killed in 2 or 3 days by death row, they're going to send him back to court, go through that whole trial. And of course, he's probably going to be put back on death row. And he probably bought himself a couple years.
Wow. I probably brought himself 10 years because
oh man,
they sit on death row.
Kill somebody every 10 years,
right? Mm-hmm.
True story.
Wow.
True story.
So is that a true story?
Well, my daddy told me that story, so he might have set me up,
It's kind of brilliant.
He's trying to see if that story gonna make the show, and he done made the show.
He made the show. That's not much different than that individual who knew she was about to get fired, so she slipped and fell at work. FMLA 3 months.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Bottom a little time. But how y'all think he gonna be acting at that trial though? He already on death row to die. Now he on trial for another murder case. He ain't listening. Them lips gonna be twisted the whole hill.
Man.
What you got to say for yourself?
We have on the show next week.
I'm discussing the topics that have to deal with the black family. You know the food or the drink is good when the person says swallow instead of swallow. We're going to have an interview with Liberians with Tourette syndrome. And the name of the show is going to be titled Breaking the Rules. And we will have their mics muted most of the time. Married couples that swing at the playground. Are they confused or just risk takers? Giggity, giggity. We'll see how that goes.
Catch Adrian, the Ace Stinson, and the rest of the rebrandUS crew live Wednesdays at 7:30 p.m. Central on YouTube and Instagram at rebrandUS Podcast, Facebook at rebrandUS, or rebrandus.org.
I work too hard. Look, I work too hard for this stuff, man.
Well, y'all, apparently it's true. Tony Goodson says it's true.
Okay.
Black people tell the truth when they use short with just a few words. It's true because my mama told me that my cousin. You lying if you say that.
What up, Trey?
What up, Ace? Somebody said all these people on here and they speak to Ace. All right.
Hey man, let's say. You know what? Actually, next week.
I hadn't even done it yet. Hey, yo, Ace.
Just play the whole segment.
Who do we have on the show next week?
Wait. Let E bring me in. Let E and action.
Wait. Let me call more Anthony. Yeah, it's an inside joke. I need to quit doing that one.
You sure do.
Don't get hands put on us. Okay,
Eric.
What am I doing again?
See,
I was looking at my popcorn.
He ain't even paying attention.
I was eating my popcorn, man.
See, technology is making you lazy.
Good point.
Wait, hold on. You don't know what you're doing? Here we go.
Hey, yo, Ace, who do we have on the show next week?
I'm discussing
All right, let's do it. Hey, Ace. That's all I got.
Well, next week I was gonna have people with orange try to eat cheese crackers, but we're not gonna talk with them. But next week we got a group of people that want to sit down and talk with us. So we're gonna have us a real discussion. So we're gonna be interviewing pet lovers that eat at Chinese restaurants. Are they hypocrites or just in denial?
Oh my God.
That's good, Ace. That's a good one. That's a good one.
So we're gonna be talking with them, things like that, and some of them have lost pets and things like that. And, like possibility that you back reunited with them and don't know it.
Did y'all see the video of that Chinese restaurant and that rat? It's a real video. I wish I would have brought it up. Chinese restaurant and a rat come running out of the kitchen up the wall, and this guy runs after her. And it's true. He grabs the rat like it ain't nothing. He grabs the rat like it's his own pet. And he just takes off running back. And all the people in there are Chinese, and they just looking and laughing and having a good time. They saw it.
Oh no!
And the crazy part about it is somebody ordered that rat medium rare.
All right, let's go to the comments. Hey, ladies, when we go off, please hang on for just a little bit. Comment says, Mama and Lolo. This is obviously Nelsha. She said, little sis, love them cats and dogs. They say we eat everything else. May as well. So y'all eat the pigs, y'all eat the cows, y'all eat everything but the cats and dogs.
Stop it. My 16-year-old, she said she don't have a problem with eating Chinese food, even if it's. I'm not gonna do her like that.
Oh, really?
And everything else. So what's the difference? That's what
she wouldn't mind eating a little puppy as long as she don't know is what she's saying.
My family love Chinese food and stuff like that, and a lot of times I just be hungry. My wife would be like, "Hey, what you want? We finna eat this," stuff like that. But what ruined it for me is I saw a couple of videos where they actually was cooking rat and stuff like that. But when they finished, you couldn't tell the difference. It was all glazed and nice fried and stuff like that. And I was like, how many times have we ate that and thought we were eating chicken?
Probably all the time. I mean, I love Chinese food. I could probably sit in a Chinese restaurant and see Sparky walk past me, and I'm going like, hey, bring me that General Chow chicken right here. I mean, do we really know what we're eating? Let's think about it. Let's really think about it. They could tell us anything, and as long as it comes out looking and tasting like we want it to, we don't have questions.
Yeah. Well, I saw somebody had just gotten in trouble because they were supposedly instead of selling oxtails, they were selling donkey penis.
Oh my goodness!
And they were passing off oxtails.
Stop playing, Ace.
Yeah, they got found out. I guess obviously oxtails have bones in them, and people didn't.
It's funny though. Yeah,
people didn't catch on.
Some people won't be able to tell the difference anyway. They just eat it because of what.
That's disgusting. That's disgusting.
Yeah, so I don't know. That's why I stick to. Yeah, I'll take some guacamole.
Well, ladies, thank y'all for being on the show. We've had a great time. We didn't want to end the show talking about donkey penis. I apologize.
Right.
For that.
I bet they got a lot on their plate because it was a lot of meat.
It's a donkey.
Yeah, they load you up. They load you up over here.
It's not a horse. It's a donkey, right? Wasn't that much meat.
So see, baby, they like, man, you a little light than last time. Holding that plate, that's a go plate.
You so silly, man.
Take a plate to go.
So silly.
Yeah, they get a plate of real oxtails. Be mad. Come on, Miss Emma, you hooked me up last time. Oh man, come on, I ain't go. Come on with your closing statement, Gus. You was on the road. You doing good.
Ladies, y'all have anything else y'all want to say?
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. It's always fun.
Yes, love everybody. Say your prayers at night and be good to your neighbors.
All right.
Man,
Until next
so
time,
what
ladies,
I
stay
was gonna say.
behind. Stay behind. We'll be back in a second.
There are several pioneers in the crusade to integration. But when asked who William J. Durham is,
I know who he is. He was
William Durham. I'm not too familiar with William Durham. Does he have another name?
I think that's where he. I know who he is. I know he was William Durham.
No, William Durham.
Who?
I do not know him.
Okay. William Durham. Man, you got me. I don't know. I don't know who that is.